Hi everyone, it's Anime Games and today we're here for my first voiceover top 10 in anime. From now on, I'll make only voiceover videos to avoid strikes from YouTube as I just got one recently. So enjoy these top 10 Demon Slayer moments. Let's start with a simple fight, Tanjiro vs Sabito. Even if it is a one-sided fight, we can see how well animated this anime is going to be, and this is definitely just a foretaste. Tanjiro is desperated because he can't slice the boulder after a year and a half of hard training which did not lead to any progress. In this fight, Sabito tries to motivate Tanjiro by hitting him with his wooden sword, and even if it sounds quite strange, it is successful. Tanjiro vs Theoni is the first Tanjiro's real fight after Urokodaki's training where he will finally see his improvements. Something very important to say is that this demon has Dio's voice from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and that makes him a JoJo reference. Theoni has killed 13 of Urokodaki's students and Sabito is one of them. Because of that, he is kind of the final test Tanjiro needs to pass before becoming a Demon Slayer, which says that everyone else has failed until now. This demon is big and slow but very strong and tough, and that is the reason why he has killed so many people. To take his revenge, Tanjiro will use for the first time the water-breathing first form and will succeed to cut his neck. Zenitsu is a favorite character of many people, and of course, he's mine. This is probably the most badass character of this anime. When asleep, he becomes so strong and so fast that he could kill any demon. He draws his sword almost instantly. It's so fast that our damn human's eyes can't even see it. Just look at this wonderful animation. Thunderbolts in anime are so beautiful. In the 7th episode, Tanjiro meets Michael Jackson for the first time, or should I say Muzan. There are only a few anime in this world where you can see the main character meeting the antagonist that early, and Demon Slayer is one of them. It actually took Tanjiro only 7 episodes. Sadly for Tanjiro, it was way too early and he really wasn't ready for this fight, but he still can rejoice to remain alive after this. At this moment, Tanjiro realizes that Muzan live alongside humans, with a human form, another name, and even a wife and a child. Everything to live, at the first sight, a normal and peaceful life. To escape without his wife noticing anything, Muzan will use the crowd to his advantage and transform a random person into a demon. After what, he will walk away like nothing happened. Tanjiro can be sure that this guy is his man. Okay, Tanjiro vs Gyu is for sure a short fight, but what an intense beginning for this anime. This is indeed the first episode of Demon Slayer, and it starts with a fight with such a beautiful traditional Japanese soundtrack that it will surely keep you in suspense for the next episodes. Tanjiro knows he's weaker than Gyu, so he will try to use his brain to defeat him. He will make a smart move and throw a little stone right before throwing his hatchet in the air, so that the enemy won't notice. Tanjiro hopes that it will reach him after a suicidal attack, even at the cost of his own life. And at the 5th place, we have Gyu's arrival. So the first time I uploaded this video, a lot of people told me that I forgot this scene, and they are right. This fight highlights the level difference between the two Demon Slayers. Tanjiro gave everything he had with the help of Nezuko to almost kill the demon. He was so close, yet so far. It turns out Rui used his thread to cut his own head, and because demons can't kill demons, he survived. At the opposite, Gyu arrives to save Tanjiro and cuts the thread like if it was nothing, using for the first time the 11th form. What a great way to show the real power of the 10 pillars, the 10 strongest Demon Slayers. Tanjiro vs Kyogai is clearly a fight where we can see the quality of Ufotable's animation. This is an original fight where the enemy doesn't move an inch. He will just hit his drums on his body to fight. However, Ufotable will still succeed to animate it perfectly, just like if it was a boss fight. Kyogai has the ability to rotate the room he is in just by hitting his drums, and Ufotable transformed what could be a normal fight into a genius fight just by moving the camera at the same time that the character is moving from all the parts of the room, from the soil to the ceiling, resulting in the camera changing quickly its angles and portraying so well Tanjiro's current experience where he is lost and struggled to control his movements. Tanjiro eventually praises Kyogai, and I always love when he praises his opponent. This shows that Tanjiro doesn't feel any anger to some demons, probably because he can feel them. They are not demons by choice, just like Nezuko. Let's start this top 3 with Muzan murdering lower ranks. In the last episode of the first season, we finally can see how strong is the main antagonist, Kibutsuji Muzan. Muzan is upset by Tanjiro's meeting in the 7th episode and wants his death. And because he is upset, he will not withstand any missteps from the lower ranks. When I saw this scene for the first time, I was shocked by just how much blood there was in it and how they did not skimp on the gory side of the scene. It's rare to see this kind of scene in shonen anime, but I believe this is Demon Slayer's strength. This anime is not made for teenagers, but for everyone. In this scene, we can see how powerful Muzan is and some of his abilities. For example, he can read demons' minds and he can transform his body in something very strange, but very powerful. For the second place, we got some insane animation here. Zenitsu vs the Spider Demon is personally my favorite fight of this first season, but I had to be realistic and not put it as the first place, because you probably all know what's coming next. In this fight, we discover all Zenitsu's background and the fact that he cannot use any thunder breathing form except the first one, so he had to master it the most possible. When thunderbolts appear around Zenitsu and he starts calling his Kaminari no Kokyu, Ichi no Kata, Hekireki Sen, or thunder breathing, you know that the demon is already dead. Finally, let's finish this top 10 with the fight you're all here for, Tanjiro vs Rui. In this one, both Rui and Tanjiro fight with the same goal. They both want Nezuko to be their sister, except the fact that she is already Tanjiro's sister. Everything in this fight is perfectly executed by Ufotable Studio, and they succeeded to make probably what is the best anime fight that has ever existed. Because Tanjiro is not strong enough, he will start to rotate at the same time that he slashes the threads, and that is the starting point of this insane animation. Tanjiro is cutting threads after threads when suddenly Rui gets serious and uses stronger ones. At that moment, Tanjiro remembers his past a long time ago when he saw his father dancing in the snow. The intense fight is interrupted by this calm and peaceful scene where his father is dancing for Hinokami, the forest god. This scene always gives me a very strange feeling when I'm watching it, for the contrast between the fight and his past. It is incredible how the flashback is soothing by so many details, the soundtrack, the warm and cold colors, the snow, the animation, all this warming up my heart. After this, Tanjiro will use for the first time a different breathing, fire's breathing, and will start to run after Rui. The soundtrack doesn't stop, and the Ufotable continues its insane animation. Finally, Tanjiro is close to die, but Nezuko has a moment of glory, and will use for the first time her Blood's demon art and save him. I don't know about you, but this final blow from Tanjiro makes me think about Matsuri, Japanese festivals, and fireworks. That's all for this video. Please let me know what you thought about this top 10, which is my first voiceover video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas.